growing up, every time we wanted to watch a movie, I would suggest 1,000 different movies to watch, and this girl would always suggest Mujhse Dosti Karoge because it's her favorite goddamn movie.
You loved Mujhse Dosti Karoge. We all had to love it because there was nothing else to love.
Mujhse Dosti Karoge is basically Catfish the musical.
One woman's journey through a psychotic, abusive relationship in which they get married at the end. We've got Hrithik Roshan, the wannabe NRI.
He freaking loves Gobi Ki Party.
It's a symbol of like
his connection to home, his
connection
culture.
to home. This is like us if going to Garba. We've got Tina, the like free as a bird, sexually liberated queen. And then we have Rani Mukherjee, who is just like this potato.
She looks great.
She looks awful in this movie. She is wearing this denim button-down blouse.
It's not cute, but that's just 2003.
When Pooja's literally like, oh my god, like, have a great time in London. And he's like, Tina, will you write to me?
Okay, so they go to London, right?
Yeah.
And they're writing emails to each other, by the way, in Comic Sans. So he's talking in Comic Sans. So I just imagine like comedy music.
Like this.
So he sends his first email, right?
Yeah.
That she's watching and she's like, Lake in London mein, I'm bored. And Tina's like, oh my god, do I have to sit on the computer and write him letters like I said I would? Ab mein letters likhu?
Like an 8-year-old, so emotionally in touch with what her needs are.
And then Pooja's like, it's fine, bitch. I'll just write it for you.
I'll do it.
Whatever.
They all type like this.
Love Pooja.
Oh.
Love Tina. Because she knows this bitch won't read her email if it's from Pooja,
She
the
knows.
not hot one.
She's smart.
There.
So the family is not Christian.
No.
But Raj is definitely like a devout Christian.
Honestly, it's a YRF thing.
This song
This MP3.
that I sing at church. I'm not done. I'm not done singing.
Clearly not.
Wow. So 15 years later, there is Tina in all of her glory, and she is just rocking the fuck out. And it looks a little something like this.
And then there's a lot of her just feeling herself. It's a lot of like,
Yeah.
Raj is coming.
Go on, Raj.
And then they're walking around and she's like, God, Pooja, you're so stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you put my name on those emails? Like, I have literally no idea what you've been writing for 15 years.
Yeah. She does not get mad enough about this. Oh my god. I haven't seen you guys since you were like babies, like send nudes. And she's like, no, I wonder if you'll recognize me. Mm-hmm. We've established that Raj is coming back to Shimla, and it's a big deal. And this is where we learn that Tina is a huge Radha Krishna fan. She talks to Radha Krishna as if they are like her BFFs.
Hey guys.
Hey girls.
What's up? And I just want to say that this guy is coming, and I just feel like I don't know what I'm gonna do.
And Radha Krishna are like, Tina, meanwhile, has turned the charm on. Oh my god, who are you?
And she's like, Mr. America. And he's like, I literally never went to America.
yeah, okay. Pooja and Tina never debriefed.
Which is like, pretend you wrote emails for 15 years. That's it.
Go.
So they're literally having a Mata Ki Chowki in their house, right? So everyone's like, "Pyar se bolo jai mata di, sare bolo jai mata di."
Can I just say that song slaps? Like,
Yeah! Like, when he's like literally doing namaskar, he winks at her. And she's like, we don't act like that here.
it's like, we've all been there. Sexual tension with a random brown boy at an aarti.
Raj then at the end of the puja is like, I couldn't help it. You're just so beautiful in a churidar because sanskar is hot, you know?
Sanskar is hot, ladies.
Yeah.
Never forget it.
Where Raj goes and visits Pooja in her room. So they start dancing to like an old song and they're like, and then they have like a moment. Like any brown guy, he's like, no. It's like, no, I just made that up in my head. And she's like,
I was there.
No, we should talk about this.
Literally there. She's like, we have the same interests. I know everything that you like. I know everything about you. Yet you are not able to piece any of this together. Meanwhile, we have Raj who's like, I am stupid.
They go to Dina's show.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, if you want to love me, you're going to have to love me in front of everyone else. And he's like, I will.
They sang a song called Oh My Darling, which is a cornerstone of 2003 Bollywood culture.
Oh my darling, I love you.
Oh yeah.
हर साल की तरह इस साल भी the winner is Dina Kapoor.
Meanwhile, me and Raashi are backstage like, we didn't get to perform.
Yeah, and then she looks at Radhakrishna and she's like, he has to come back, you make him come back.
Meanwhile, Radhakrishna's like,
he's chilling, he's waiting, and then suddenly he goes, like, Ronnie,
what man? Trace back all of Raj's like manipulative, psychotic behavior to his friendship with Ronnie Mendoza.
Ronnie's like, man, you're so lucky that she's not fat or dark. And then he finds Pooja standing there with Gobi Kapoor.
With Gobi Kapoor that she knows.
Did she ship it? And they spend 1 week together. And at the end of this montage, they enter a church.
A church. We've already established that they are devout Christians, so obviously shit's gonna go down in the church. Raj is like his whole brain explodes.
And he's like, Dina doesn't like cricket. Dina doesn't like love story. Dina doesn't know me. It's you.
And then he goes, Gobi Kapoor. You know, all of this is a valid, like, you know, I've been catfished for 15 years. He instead is like, how dare you? How dare you?
And she starts to leave, and then he makes up words on the spot to this song because he's just so inspired, right? And he's like, Johnny and she's like, oh my god, you really love me.
There were lyrics? And then he's like, no, I've actually been in love with you.
They come back to Shimla hand in hand.
They're getting freaking
They're
married.
ready to go.
They're freaking getting
And
married.
then suddenly they see that Dina's dad has passed away.
Literally died.
And that's intermission.
Raj is standing there like, listen, like, I want to marry you. Pooja's literally sitting there like, I don't want to take any agency in my life at all. So you're going to have to marry someone you don't love. And that's just how it's going to be, okay? And so naturally Raj gets mad.
Yeah, I think level 1 of his anger is right in the sense of him being like, I don't want to marry someone that I don't love. But then level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is like, okay, you can chill. You don't have to be abusive about it. They go to London, and I just want to
They're getting married at
how much money do you think he paid someone to make that announcement at the airport?
Oh my god, the most romantic thing happens, and if my future husband does not do this for me, I will be so angry. To the passenger in the blue jeans and denim jacket, Raj really missed you.
It's ridiculous.
It's really beautiful.
She's
unpacking, and he comes in and then closes the door.
And then he goes straight into like, oh, you need to marry someone else by the time I marry her. Otherwise, I will. And this is the worst part.
This is the plot.
He's like, I will literally tell everyone that we're in love, and then it'll be your fault. Enter Uday freaking Chopra,
AKA the best actor in all of Bollywood and maybe also Hollywood. And he's up at the top of the stairs. He's
playing an electric guitar that's not plugged
in anywhere. But he, you know, that's his power, you know? He provides the electricity. Oh, this song sucks because it's about like, he mentions like her skin at one point.
Oh yeah. Well, that's just like a Bollywood problem. And he's like, oh, this guy, he likes to steal hearts. But be careful. She likes to break hearts. tea. He's like, you know what? Let's be friends. And she's like, yeah, okay, we can be friends. That's fine. He's like, but my friends usually fall in love with me. And she's like, bitch. Dina calls Raj and she's like, let's all go out. And he's like, what do you mean let's all? And she's like, oh, they're out. And he's like, they're out? Then I must also be out.
We have Uday Chopra on one end who's being very cute, knocking on her door. And he's like, hey. Hi.
And she's like, okay, Rohan, Rohan.
We hear one more knock at the door.
Which is fair to assume
and
that it's Rohan again.
Yeah, she goes, Rohan! And then we turn around and it's just like,
the most happy montage of medleys of all time in Bollywood.
Freaking yes, like it's the Sangeet. That's what it is.
The Sangeet.
He literally just like totally ditches his GF and like takes Rani Mukherjee and starts singing Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
Yeah, he's like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, and everyone's like, wait, what? And he's like, Mehndi laga ke rakhna, and he's like, don't worry, you're gonna get married, girl. It's okay.
It's like literally so rude. And Tina's kind of like, okay, I think I'm catching on now.
They're both praying to God, which now they're no longer Christian, they're now Hindu. The gust of wind or whatever bumps the sindoor and it perfectly trickles down the center of her head.
She's just like, I guess none of this bothers me, and I guess I'm here for this.
It's also really sad where she's like, it's fine, I'm all alone, it's okay.
Oh, that was so sad.
It's really upsetting.
And Pooja's like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to marry Raj.
That's when they notice, oh yeah, Uday Chopra's still here.
Uday Chopra, we forgot to tie up this loophole.
I assume years later, Tina's no longer talking to them anymore.
No way.
Because why would you?
I have a theory. I really think they fucked in the church.